So I want to begin by talking about Barack Obama's book, A Promised Land. It was phenomenal, full of so much information. Really talked about the difficulties that many Americans experience. Really talked about the slight that many Black Americans have to go through and the Black women go through. He also talks about being a senator in Illinois and when and why he decided to run. He also talks about Michelle Obama and why and what her thoughts were about him deciding to run for president and why initially she was not thrilled and was not excited about this per se. Also, he talks about his first 6 months in office. It's so interesting because you get an inside look at all of this that one man, in a sense, had to kind of plan out and take on and figure out how to sort through. He talks about his first 6 months in office because of the recession that the country was in, that he took over from the Bush administration. And so it's really interesting, and it really provides, I think, important insight into why exactly he makes some of the decisions that he makes during his first 6 months. He was heavily involved and aware of what was going on with the country as he was doing speeches during his campaign and running against John McCain. And so that's really interesting and really, really nice to kind of be able to see what he was thinking and what his thoughts were behind every decision that he made. Also, he talks about, in this masterful way, all of the issues that the recession brought on and all of the issues that he had to sort through. He discusses this masterfully, and it's really in a way where it is very complex, the issues that he had to sort through and figure out how to handle as the commander-in-chief. And as someone that just came out of being what many considered a young senator who hadn't served very long, but moreover, it was really nice to see him be able to lay this out for the layman, for your common everyday person to be able to understand, because not everyone has an extensive background on economics or foreign policy. And so it was really nice to get to see what and how he utilized his background, his experience, his knowledge, his wisdom, his background even to sort through and make decisions. And it was also nice to see how he appointed the appropriate people in the appropriate positions. I think this book offers a lot of hope. I, for one, with as much literature as I've read and been exposed to, got this deep sense of hope, because I don't know if I necessarily thought people were appointed to certain positions within different administrations that were just considered normal people. And what I mean by that is all of the people in his administration were highly accomplished, well-deserving, beyond qualified from the way in which Obama describes it. But I more so mean a lot of these people had a job previously, of course. They had experience in the private sector. They did a lot of different things, and they had their own path, very much like Barack Obama had his own path as he navigated his way up through the ranks and eventually announced his decision to run for president of the United States. And so I thought that it really helped readers kind of understand the way the presidency works, how things get done, how a lot of things don't get done based off of the House, the Senate. He really goes into what filibuster means and the importance of that. Also, he talks about and discusses different corporate scandals. He also talks about issues concerning all Americans. He talks about the plight of the Black community and of Black Americans. And he also talks about the injustices that Black women face and that they experience and that they go through. He talks about 9/11 towards the end of his book. And so it was just a book that I not only highly recommend, but one that's worth having discussions over and reading and rereading. And so see you guys in the next video.
It helps the speaker lead his audience into the scene he describes. move.